Welcome to Boise Paramotors, the home of paramotor adventure, paramotor school, and paramotor gear. If you like paramotors, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today, on the request of many of our customers, we will show you how to assemble Power2Fly Titan. And this assembly process is going to be the same whether you are assembling Evo 8, RS, Light as Feather, or Power2Fly Titan. So in this video we'll show you what tools you need to use, how to step by step assemble paramotor and get it ready to fly right after our beautiful intro. When Power2Fly package comes to your door, it comes in a box like this. That's where your paramotor comes from us to you. And once you open it, you're going to need some tools to assemble it. I'll give you the list of tools that we use to assemble the paramotor. We use a flathead screwdriver, 13mm socket set. Then we have a 13mm wrench, 10mm wrench, socket driver, and we have Allen wrenches in size 6, 5, and 4. We have a spring handle basically that will help us with putting the exhaust on the motor. And today we're doing Vittorazzi Mostra 185 paramotor. And then I have some needle nose pliers, rag, and a blue Loctite. So those are the tools that we're going to use. I'm going to start pulling the parts out of the box and show you what's in the box. So you can see that I have out of the box I pulled out the Dudek power seat light, and that's our harness. Then we have a main chassis. On the main chassis you can already see that your fuel tank's connected for you, all the fuel lines are connected, throttle is connected. You tell us whether or not you want left or right throttle, and that's how it's going to come to you. The only thing that needs to be mounted on the motor is exhaust. Okay. Then we have the hoop section. The hoop section is right there. We have the side spars and the main spar right there. We have the arms in this bag. We have the belt adjustment tool. This time we're going to put in E-props propeller on it. We have exhaust, and we have a bag with bolts, nuts, and all the other connectors. The first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plastic off of the main chassis and the exhaust, and I'm going to install the exhaust first. Okay. After that, I'm going to do the arms and then the harness. And once I'm done with the harness, then we're going to proceed to put the hoop on, mount the propeller on, and so forth. So let's dig in one thing at a time. I'm going to take the plastic off, and then we can go from there. Okay, so I'm taking these bolts out. I mean, they're actually nuts, but okay. So I have 3 of them, and they're self-locking Vittorazzi bolts, and I'm going to put this exhaust right there. So I will just put one nut right here to hold it so this doesn't come off. And I'm not going to tighten it very much, but I'm just going to put it enough so that the exhaust doesn't come off. And then I'm going to put the other 2 on the other side, just a little bit, not too much of tightening, just so it holds. Then one of the tools that I use, and you can buy this on Amazon, it's basically a couple of bucks for the trampoline springs, and that's what I use for these 4 springs right here. So I'm going to get this tool, I'm going to align the manifold with the exhaust right there, and there's a brass ring, as you can see. And then this is all greased up from the factory, so it's nice and smooth. So I'm kind of starting these in a star pattern. That way my springs are holding the exhaust tight while I put the last 2 springs in. So here, and the last one goes. I have a bad shoulder, so this is kind of difficult for me, but this is how it works, really. And this is it. Okay, so here's my arms, and these are really good RS arms. On Evo arms they come just in one piece, but I will show you how to put these together. These are kind of nicer arms and they come with a better torque compensation. Okay, so this is the main portion of the arms, and then in the other bag I'm gonna pull out and show you the other pieces. Okay, so right here I have an upper portion of the arms, lower portion of the arms, the screws that connect them together, and then I have a quick attachment release and bunch of anti-torque pieces, right? And so what's really cool about this is that depending whether I'm flying the counterclockwise belt-driven motor or I'm flying a clockwise turning propeller gear-driven motor, I can adjust my torque accordingly. So if I'm sitting in the seat and I have a mouse, if I have Vittorazzi Monster 185, I know it's turning counterclockwise, which means I need to offset to the right side. So if I'm sitting like this, and this is going to be my right arm, I want to offset that right arm to the right, if that makes sense. So I will screw this entire thing like this. Okay, so and on the other hand, if I have the left arm, it is also going to be offsetted to the right. So basically both arms will be offsetted to the right, if that makes sense. Okay, the last thing is I know that my U-bolts are gonna go also to the right, okay? However, I have these little connectors for my seat and they're gonna go to the left because they're bringing my seat back. Everything is shifted to the right, but seat is pushed back to the left in order to stay in the center for a more comfortable ride. So if you look, these little ones, they're gonna be ones that will be set on the left side of the arms, okay? arms are assembled now, and we're just gonna put them and install them on the frame. So as you can see, I have on my, if I was sitting in a seat, this would be my right side and my left side, because I'm looking the other way. So this is on the left and this is on the right. Not to put too much confusion, when you're in the seat, your bigger spacer goes on your right and a smaller spacer on your left. Now I'm going to show you how it's easy to mount those on. So this one has a quick release. We just take this bolt, drive it through, take the smaller spacer, because that's a pilot's left side, and just tighten it as much as we can. And then we're gonna put our left arm on right there, and then we take the plastic washer, this one here, put it on, get a nut that came with it, the special twist nut, and I'm looking right now and it seems like my cotter pin is right where it should be. Okay. So as I said, we have put these quick release arms, and they're not too tight that you can't move them, but they're not too loose that you can just move them left and right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab that harness right there, and we're going to mount it. So I'm going to show you how. So it comes with a reserve pocket always, and with an extra pocket here, right? And as you can see, here I have little U-bolts that will go and connect right there. And then these two straps here on the bottom are going to go around here and here. They're going to get strapped, and then they're basically our figure 8 connections for the connections that will go into the U-bolts right here, and that's where your wing actually connects to your arms. So these will go together. Okay. And then this blue piece is basically right here, or they on the Power Comfort seat, they're going to be red. They will go into these U-bolts. So I'm going to show you. So this ring here should go through there and through this hole, and basically what it does is helps prevent this pin from going out and getting out, and you're not hanging there anymore. And you can look now how that looks. So that's how it should be hooked up, and of course this last bottom piece should go right here. And I'm gonna show you how that's done. Okay, so the bottom piece actually goes to the seat, to the shoulder harness, and that, like that, and then I bring it back, and that's how it looks like. We have here the arm, okay, right there. Let me adjust this a little bit, and I'm gonna put it right here, and I'm gonna show you how that's done. This metal pin right here will go to the gray portion right here. And so what I do is I do the safety strap, and this time I'm gonna do the safety strap around here, just like that, in case that something goes wrong with my carabiner or U-bolt. I'm still connected if that breaks, right? If that makes sense. So I'm gonna get, again, I'm shifting to the right. Look, yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. Put it through there, Okay, the bolt I'll pick up later. And then I put the middle bolt. I know it's gonna go, the longest bolt is gonna go through here, like that. For this, I'm gonna use 5mm. See, number 5, right there. And again, if I knew my hanging points, I would use the Loctite on it, but since I don't, and I'm gonna probably change them, I don't want to tighten this too hard. Okay. And you can see now we have that pin right there going like that. So I'm going to do that for the second arm as well, and then once that's done, we're going to assemble the cage. To show you is how to see which spar is going on what place, what side. And if you look, they put little markings here. See that notch there and notch here, where on the other side you don't have those notches, which means the one without the notches goes on one side and the spar with a notch goes to the part of the frame that has a notch right there. Okay, so when we have that, now I'm just basically snapping pieces of that. So we have our hook together, and the next step is to show you how to tighten the netting in the back. Here on the other side, and I installed the propeller. We just tighten it up to 8 Newton meters. It says right there on the propeller how much. And then I checked these heads, they're around 50 Newton meters. I always check them, and I put the spark plug in. So now one of the things that lots of people ask us is how to do the net, how to singe it. I'm gonna bring this back and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So you have this piece right here that has a little singeing part, and there's a release button here. So if you tighten everything up and you want to release the net, you will press and pull this button. So let's say I'm tightening it up and this is tight and I want to loosen the net to take it apart. I just press this button, and there you go, you release it. So what I do is I grab this and I drive it right here, okay? And I don't know if you can see it, but that's beneath that bracket right here, okay? So I do that. I'm gonna lower the camera so you can see better, hopefully. Okay, and then this one will also go below it. And then I put one through another, like this, Okay. The further I drive to the left here, the tighter the netting will be, because I'm bringing it. I'm gonna show you now. It's singed right there, and I'm bringing it back. Okay. So here, so I'm gonna take this system and put it over the bracket and connect to it right there. And as I'm pulling this, you can see how that's tightening right there. Okay. You can see how I drove that right there over the titanium bracket right there. And I'm gonna connect it right down there. So let me show you. And as I tighten it up, I'm just gonna put this ball through here like so. We have now assembled our Power2Fly paramotor. And one more time, thank you for watching Boise Paramotors, your place for paramotor adventure, paramotor equipment, and paramotor school. Thank you, and please comment with any questions about the assembly of any of Power2Fly products. Have a good day.